Okay, I'm gonna try to do this review in this pretty bad lighting. Well, because in my shadow overcast is the laptop. But anyway, this is gonna be the review or my impressions of the ASUS 1215N EEPC clamshell. That's a mouthful. That's what she said. Disregard the sticker. I just put it there because yeah. All right, let's go over the design first. As you can see, it's pretty slim. It's not too thick. I guess it's in between a netbook and a small laptop. So a netbook generally will be 10 inches, and lower, and a regular laptop will be about 14 inches. So it is kind of in between. It's a 12-inch laptop. And let's go over the exterior. So we got, hopefully you can see this. It's pretty dark. Here we go. Headphones, microphone, two USB 2.0 ports, your Ethernet jack, and your Kensington lock. Moving on to the back, you got the battery. I believe it's a 6 cell. And nothing else. And on the other side, we have your power connector, VGA, HDMI, another USB 2.0 which is occupied by my Logitech wireless mouse, and a vent for heat dispersing. And you got a media card reader too, which is nice. In the front, you have your indicator lights. Let me open it up and check what they are again. So you can see here, the first one is your power, your battery indicator. When it's low, it flashes red, and your CPU load, your Wi-Fi, and your caps lock. Now moving on to the inside, and the first thing you notice is the screen is very glossy. So let's zoom in a little bit. So as you can see, the mouse pad, or the trackpad actually, it's pretty big for a netbook or laptop of this caliber. You can see the sticker, NVIDIA Optimus, and it has the NVIDIA Ion chip 2, which is the Ion 2 actually, not the first generation, and Intel Dual Atom at 1.8 GHz. I will list the specs on the description, so if you're interested, just look down below. Moving on, so you can see the click button, it's unified and it's pretty stiff, so that's one of the cons I would like to speak upon. That rhymes. Yeah, the buttons are very stiff, so I prefer tap. Also has multifunction, so you could pinch to zoom, similar to the Mac. You also have two aluminum dividers on each side, and those feature left and right. And that's the trackpad for you. And also, it's kind of a matte finish right here, but it still leaves a lot of fingerprints. So if you're the kind of person that likes to keep their laptop clean, you're going to be cleaning this constantly. Moving on to the keyboard. The keyboard is fairly big, and it has a nice click to it. Very small travel. And gotta say, I'm pretty satisfied with the typing. However, there's one downside. Let's zoom in here a little bit and let me see if I could pick it up on the camera. I don't know if you guys can see it, but see that flex? Yeah, there's a lot of flexing in the keyboard. So that's another downside to this laptop. Let me see. Sorry for my creaky tripod. It also flexes right here too. Hopefully the camera can pick it up so I could. Let me see. Yeah, it's more noticeable when you're not having the battery inside, and it starts flexing a lot, like a lot. So that's another downside of this laptop, I would say. Now the screen, it's very glossy. You can see here. You can see the reflection of the camera. It also features a webcam on top. And what's cool about this webcam, let me see if I can zoom on here, and hopefully the camera can focus. Come on, Mr. Camera. Alright, there you go. So you can see the off and on switch, so which you're wondering what is that for. It's pretty much a capsule lamp, I guess you could say that, to put in simple terms, to cover the webcam. So just in case you're paranoid, for some reason your webcam just turns on, this pretty much just covers the webcam, so you can switch it off and on the go. Like that, that's on, so you can see the webcam showing up, and that's should be off. There you go. And there's the mic on the left, the little hole. Moving back to the screen, again, it's very glossy. It's a 12-inch. It features a resolution of 1366 by 768, which is pretty nice. It's LED backlit, so that helps with battery life, which I'll touch upon later. And I gotta say, I'm really happy with it. I'm not gonna turn on the screen because the camera doesn't pick it up too well, but in terms of brightness, it's pretty bright, I would say. And yeah, I'm pretty happy with the screen. Alright, so I booted up the 1215N. I forgot to mention, let me see, let's zoom in here a bit. God, I hate my creepy tripod. I should probably invest in a better tripod. Hopefully, come on, focus. So there you go. As you can see, this right button controls your Wi-Fi to turn it on and off. However, on the left side, it's kind of a quick boot, so I think it boots into Linux or something like that. It's pretty much if you're, you just want to look up something really quick, and you don't want to, go into Windows 7, which takes a while, not too long. So you just press that and it opens ASUS's, I think Linux. I'm not sure on that. I'll look it up and let you guys know. And yeah, it's pretty much what I wanted to talk about. Also forgot to mention there are media controls with the FN button. You should be familiar with that. Most laptops feature that today. As you can see there. Brightness, turning up the display, volume, and etc. Let's talk about performance now. My camera's not picking up too well on the screen. I'm pretty happy with it. For a netbook, I guess you could say. It's pretty quick. So you got yourself a dual Intel Atom running at 1.8 GHz. And pretty much running basic tasks, Word documents. Can even actually run some games. I actually play Super Meat Boy. It's a great game, by the way. Super Meat Boy and Shank once in a while on this with no problems, running off the Ion 2 platform. So it runs, some basic platforming games, which should be okay. And in terms of video playback, it's kind of a mixed review right there, or mixed view, I guess you could say, because the Ion chip, it's good. It could play 720p with no problems, but the problem comes in when Flash, especially on YouTube, has a lot of trouble. Also, again, it features Optimus, which Intel's graphics just suck. I just stick on the NVIDIA Ion 2 chip because the Intel is just horrible. Unless you're just doing Word documents for pretty much the rest of the usage of that day, just leave NVIDIA Ion on. Anyways, so 720p, it has a little bit trouble. Sometimes it doesn't, sometimes it does, but most of the time it doesn't. But again, once in a while, I don't know, the video starts lagging for some reason. So maybe an update can fix that to the drivers, I'm not gonna play a video. Oh, I'll play. My internet's gonna be bad. I mean slow, excuse me. Oh, it is only 360p. Well, you get the idea. Well, so video playback, Hulu and all that stuff, it'll do fine on the NVIDIA Ion 2 platform. So don't worry about video playback. So it plays back 720p with no problem. Now, battery life. I get roughly 4 to 4.5 hours with basic usage, which is pretty much watching videos. What else? Watching videos, surfing the web on medium brightness. And that's basically it. When I turn on the brightness fully, and I do the same thing as the previous things I mentioned, I give roughly about 3.5 hours. So personally, I don't think it's that bad. I think it's a nice battery life. And when I have it on low brightness, which is fine when I'm in the lecture hall in my college taking notes and just doing Word documents, I get close to 6 hours, which is pretty nice. Roughly 5 hours and 50 minutes, which is more than enough because my class is just 3 hours, which isn't too bad. So I have pretty much 3 hours left, and overall I'm pretty happy with the battery. So that's the statistics on my battery usage. So overall, I love this netbook. It fits all my needs, going to class, having a nice battery life, and pretty cheap. I bought this off JR Electronics for $484 US. That's without tax too, which is nice. And yeah, most netbooks they only feature a single core Atom, which is, in my opinion, just not enough, even for basic web surfing. So my rating would be, oh jeez, this is gonna be hard. 8.5. 8.5 out of 10. Why am I giving it 8.5 instead of 10 out of 10? Well, for these reasons. One, the build quality is mediocre, especially the keyboard. A lot of flex, and it feels cheap. Second, the glossy. Oh my, I hate glossy. Now, again, this is personal opinion. I don't like glossy. I prefer a matte finish. You know, I don't want fingerprints or dust catching every 5 seconds. So that's another thing. And the third is the gimmicky Ion 2. They always advertise how it works really well. It does, but once in a while, it's very spontaneous. You know, sometimes you'll get bad performance. And yeah. Awkward. I don't know what to talk about. So that's my review of the ASUS 1215N. If you have any questions, leave the comments below. And yeah, I pretty much answer almost all my comments, so don't worry about don't spam. You know, if you spam, I'm not gonna talk to you because you're an asshole. And yeah, so that's my review of the ASUS 1215N. Hope you guys enjoyed, and thanks for watching. See you guys later.